Being dramatic, anyway. I lie. The truth is that I would quit in a heartbeat. When I graduated law school, fourth in my class, I had ambitions to be the best civil lawyer California had ever seen. I wanted to be the one whom the other side of the bench feared. But that is the exact opposite of where my career in law has taken me. I haven't even set foot inside a courtroom. I took a contract reviewer job out of college during the Great Recession. It turned out that the one industry that seemed to be booming more than any other was the fucked up American healthcare system. After being turned down by 20 different firms, I succumbed to the life I never wanted. The only decent thing about the blood-sucking company I work for, American True Care, is the money. I pulled in $100,000 my first year, and just 3 years later, I am now on pace to do over $150,000. Who would have thought that raking in this much money would still have me in debt? We even had to sell off our second car. Over $400,000 in uncovered medical bills will do it, and I blame American True Care far more than the Big C for that. She places her delicate, icy hand in mine and looks as though she is about to say something, but instead her eyes droop shut. The meds have fully kicked in. Her uneven brown bangs blow ever so slightly in the draft from the air conditioning vent. Her still face, ghost white and dry, is just as beautiful to me as the first day I met her. Seeing her like this reminds me of that day. About a month into my new position at American True Care, my piece-of-shit '98 Civic broke down, forcing me to take the rail into work. My apartment in South Pasadena was only a few stops away from headquarters. Every seat in the entire train was taken, aside from one beside an attractive but pretentious-looking brunette woman wearing a black peacoat and jeans. A problem arose when I noticed that her purse sat on the seat and she was fast asleep. "Excuse me, ma'am?" I said. Nothing. I tried to clear my throat, realizing the train was about to start. Again, nothing. I leaned in and tapped her shoulder. A second later, a mesmerizing pair of hazel eyes glared back at me. I swallowed the lump in my throat. "Sorry to wake you. There are no seats left? Mind if I sit?" She rolled her eyes and moved her purse. I almost turned around, but the stars set in motion a series of events that I seemed to have no control over, and I sat down before I knew what was happening. Within seconds of leaning back into the padded leather seat, something fell onto my shoulder. I glanced to the right to find flowing brown hair just inches from my face. A pleasant scent of something reminiscent of vanilla cookies graced my nostrils. I contemplated moving my shoulder to wake her, but decided better of it after remembering how she'd reacted to me waking her the first time. I sat as still as I possibly could for 5 stops. The truth was that I actually enjoyed the physical touch of another person. Being single for more than a year can do that to a guy. Coming home every night to an empty apartment with no one to talk to is utterly unsatisfying. People looked over to see her head on my shoulder, and part of me wanted them to think that we were together. Maybe that's weird, but that's how I felt. Soon my stop approached. I moved my shoulder an inch to see how she would react, but instead of waking, she readjusted her head closer to mine. I took a deep inhalation. Being late for my brand new job wasn't exactly the start I was hoping for. But I let her be. I rode the rail 4 more stops past my own, already 10 minutes late. The train banked hard to the left, and her head slammed into my chin. "Damn it," I said, biting my tongue. "Oh," she grunted. When she turned and saw me holding my face, she softened. My jaw throbbed, but I knew it wasn't broken. She scrambled to get her purse when she saw the 2nd Street exit outside. "Crap, I missed my stop." "Me too," I mumbled under my breath. She paused to look over at me again. "Because of me?" I shrugged. She bit her lip, clearly upset. I got up and walked toward the door.